Hello guys, welcome back to Python Basic Tutorial Series Day 14 class. It's me Ashwath Shetty taking you people to understand the basic concept of Python. In my previous class, we have discussed about Python standard library. In that, I have discussed the concept called built-in functions, and I have demonstrated how some frequently used functions along with some examples. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the Python standard library called Python modules. Other than the built-in functions, the Python standard library also consists of a number of modules. While a function is a grouping of instructions, a module is a grouping of functions. As we know that when the program grows, function is used to simplify the code and to avoid the repetition of the code. For example, for a complex problem, it may not be feasible to manage the code in one single file. So in that case, the program is divided into different parts under the different levels. That's called modules. Suppose we have created some functions in a program and we want to reuse them in another program. In that case, we can save those functions under a module and reuse them in the different programs. So like this, we can make use of the modules. A module is created as a Python file, that is .py file, containing a collection of functions definitions. Let us see how we can create and use the modules in the Python. So to use the module, we need to import the module. So once we import a module, we can directly use all the functions of that module. So the syntax of import statement for importing the module is like this. We have to use the keyword import followed with module name 1, module name 2, so on module name n. As many modules you are going to use, that much module name you can specify in the import state. Once the import is done, you can call the function of a module. The function name should be preceded with the name of the module with a dot as a separator. So for that, we have syntax like module name dot function name. So this is the syntax for calling the functions of a module. Well guys, now we'll see some built-in modules available in the Python. Python library has many built-in modules that are really handy to programmers. That means programmer no need to define those modules and no need to define the functions available present in those modules. Programmer can use those functions without defining them, and that's why it makes the programmer work easier. So let us explore some commonly used modules and the frequently used functions that are found in those modules in the Python. Well guys, we are going to discuss the major 3 modules available in the Python. That is, first one is math module, second one random module, third one statistics module. Here, first module we are going to discuss, that is math module. Math module, it contains different types of mathematical functions. Most of the functions in this module returns the float value. In order to use the math module in our program, we need to import the math module by using the import statement, that is import math. One more thing we have to remember, that Python is a case sensitive programming language. All the modules must be in the lowercase only. So this import math we have to write in the lowercase small letters only. Okay. Now the math modules is got imported. Now we can use the math functions present in the math modules. Let us see some functions. Like first function I am going to see, that is ceil function. That is math dot. So we need to access the functions by using the dot symbol here, separator symbol, and ceil function of x. This ceil of x means x may be an integer or floating point number, and it is going to return the ceiling value of the x. For example, if I pass any value here, like say minus 9.7, this statement is going to return the ceiling value of minus 9.7, that is minus 9. Same way we have the function, another function of math module, that is floor. This floor of x, if I say floor of x, x may be an integer or floating point number. This function is going to return the floor value of x. If I pass the value like 9.7, then it is going to return the floor value of 9.7, that is 9. Okay, and we have then another function called math.fab, f abs. In last built-in functions we have already seen abs function, absolute, it returns the absolute value of the given arguments. So this f abs means it is a floating point number or integer point number, and it is going to return the absolute value. For example, if I give value 6.7, it returns the 6.7 absolute value. And another example I will give, that is with the negative number, so it gives the absolute value. Understand? So now next, let us go to the next function, that is factorial. So we know the concept factorial. If this factorial of x function returns, x is a positive integer and it returns the factorial of the x. So if I give the any value, if I pass argument 5 as in the factorial function, this math.factorial statement is going to find out the factorial of 5 and returns the value of factorial, that is factorial of 5 is 120. Understand? For example, we can give another factorial of 10. So factorial of 10 is a big number, that is 36 to 8800. Understand? So same way we have many built-in many functions in this module, like math GCD. So GCD, we know that greatest common divisor. Okay, so this greatest common divisor, when you want to find out the greatest common divisor of the any positive integers, for example, if I say x comma y, these two are the x and y are the positive integers. This function is going to return the greatest common divisor of x comma y. For example, say if I say x value as 10 and y value as 2, then it is going to return the value of GCD of 10 comma 2, that is 2. Same way we can let us see another function, another example for GCD, that is any example we can take it 18 comma 2 or 3. 18 comma 3 I am going to give now, so that is 3. Understand? So like this we can make use of the GCD function in the math module. And we have another function in the math module, that is mod. That is we know that modulus, find out the modulus, so we can use f mod as the to find out the modulus. So here x comma y are the arguments, x comma y are the positive integers, and it is going to return the x percentage y with the sign of x. That is for example, if I pass any value like 4 comma 2, so modulus is 0.0, it is going to return the floating point value. So math modules, we know that. And let us see one more example of f mod function, math f mod of we can pass the arguments 4.9 comma 4. For this modulus value is given like this. Okay, so let us see another function, that is math dot power. Okay, this power function takes two arguments x comma y. This x comma y may be an integer or floating value floating point number, and it is going to as we know power function, it is going to return the power of the given number, that is x raised to the y. So for example, if I pass the value like 3 comma 2, so 3 to the power of 2, Answer 9. So same way, if I pass another arguments like 4 comma 2.5, so we can give a floating point number also, so 32. Okay, so like this the power function will work. So next function in the math module, that is square root function. So that is SQRT. Square root function, we know that it takes only one argument. For example, x as argument, it may be a positive integer or floating point number. Positive, it should be positive integer. So for example, if I give square root of 144, so we know that 12 is the answer. Same way, math, square root of if I give any float point number, that is .64 as the value, so answer will be 0.8. So same way, for the whole number we can check it. For example, if I give only 64, then it is value is 8. Understand? So let us check another function, that is math sin, sin. It also takes one argument. For example, let's say x. This also, x may be an integer or floating point number in radians. It is a radian value, and it is going to return the sign of the x in the radians. For example, if I give the sign of 90, sign of 90 value is 0.89 something in the radian. Same way, if I give math sign of 0, so it is 0.0. Same math sign of 120, so it is 0.580. Like this, we can make use of the math module to import the many built-in functions inside our program. Understand? So these are all the math module functions. Now let us move forward to the next module, that is random module. This random module contains functions that are used for generating the random numbers. So we should import the random module first to use the random functions, like by using the statement import random. Okay, now it is random module is got imported. Now let us see how we can make use of the random functions in our program. The commonly used random functions are, first function, that is random. So it does not take any arguments. It is a void function, and it is going to return the real number, that is float number, between the 0.0 to 1.0. So for example, see, it is generated now. I said 0.0 to 1.0, it is going to generate the random numbers. So now it is generated 0.31. Now if I do one more time, it is generated different number, 0.01. So if I do one more time, it is going to generate another number, 0.54. Like this, if your program wants to take random number by the random input by the user, so that time we can make use of the random function by using the random module. Okay, so let us check another function of the random module, that is random of rad int. Okay, that is random dot randint. So this randint function takes x comma y as the argument. This x comma y are integers such that x less than or is equal to y, and it is going to return the random integers between x and y. So for example, if I give the value like 3 comma 7, it is going to generate the random integer value between the 3 comma 7. So let us check. 4 it generated. So if I give same function one more time, so 3 it is generated. If I do one more time, again it is generated 4. So one more time, 6 it is generated. Like this, every time it is going to generate the different numbers in the given the start and end point. So now let us check another function, that is random rand range. Random rand range. So this rand range function takes only one argument, for example y. This y may be a positive integer signifying that the stop value. Okay, for example, if I give 5 as the top value, stop value, let us check. It is going to generate, it generated 1. One more time, if I do that random rand range 5, so it generated 4. So if I do one more time, 3. Like this it is going to generate. We can use the rand range function with the two arguments also, like x comma y. Here what happens, here it going to x and y are the positive integers signifying the start and end point of the range, so that the rand range function is going to generate the random numbers. So for example, give value like 2 comma 7, that means it is going to generate the value random number from 2 to 7. So let us check. It is given 6. If I do one more time, it is given 2. Understand? Like this we can make use of the random module in our program. So let us check our third module, that is statistics module. The statistics module provides function for calculating statistics of numeric data, that means real value data. This statistics module should be imported by using the import statement, that is import statistics. Okay, now the statistics module is got imported. Now we can make use of the statistics functions. So we have some commonly used statistic functions, such as first one is mean function. So the mean function takes x as the arguments. Let us do that now. Statistics dot mean of x. So this x may be a numeric sequence. It should be a numeric sequence, and it is going to return the arithmetic mean of the given value x. So that for that, let us give the value now. Statistic dot mean half. It should be a sequence, so that I am going to give the sequence. Any sequence we can give 11, 24, 12, 13, 45. In this sequence, it is going this function statistics that mean functions is going to find out the arithmetic mean and going to return the value of the mean. Let us check now. The mean of the given values 11, 24, 12, 13, 45 is 21. So same way we can have the another example for statistics. We can make use of, we can change the value and check it out. I will give 10 instead of 13. I will give 9. So now let's check. 13.2 is the mean value of this function. Same way we have another function called statistics dot median. So this also takes one argument, that is x as argument. It is also numeric sequence, and it is going to return the median of x, that is median in the sense middle value of the given sequence. For example, if I give the same value like previous, that is 11, 24, 12, 13, 45, in this sequence, this statistics that median function is going to give the middle value out of from this. So let us check. The middle value is 13. Okay, same way, for example, if I change the value 40, 80. Now let us see. So 24 is the middle value. So like this it is going to work. Now we have another statistics function, that is statistics mode. Statistics that mode function, it takes x as the argument. This x is a sequence as we know, and this mode function is going to return the most repeated value in the given sequence. the most repeated value. For example, if I give the sequence like 11 comma 12 comma 24 comma 11 comma 35 comma again 11 comma 40, in this sequence it is going to check it out which value is repeated more time, and it is going to give the value that return that value in the as the output. So let us check now. So 11 is repeated 3 times. It is the most repeated value. That's why it is given as the output. Understand? For example, if I change the values like 12 and 10. Now let us check 12 is the answer. So like this we can make use of the mode function. Mode functions works not only for the numbers, we can give the strings also in the sequence. For example, red comma black and comma again red comma blue. So in this string sequence, now it is going to check which value is got repeated more time, and it is going to print that value. So red is repeated 2 times, that's why the answer is red. So like this we can make use of the statistics function in our program. Well guys, as for now we have discussed how we can import the whole module and make use of the functions in our program. So we can make use of the module in another way also, like by using the from statement. Instead of loading all the functions into our memory by importing a module, from statement can be used to access only a required functions from a module. It makes our program efficient, and it run our program efficiently. So the from statement, it loads only the specified functions instead of all the functions in a module. The syntax of using the from statement like this: we should use the from keyword and followed with module name and import function name. How many functions you are going to import, that those many functions you can give in the statement by using the comma as a separator. Okay, so to use the function when imported, we should use the using the from statement. We do not need to proceed it with the module name like math.random and math.statistics. Like this we no need to make we no need to use the module name to make use of the functions. Rather we can directly call the functions when we use the from statement in our program. For example, let us see from random. In this random I should import one function that is random. So this, now by using the from statement I have imported the random function. Now I don't I can call many times the random functions without using the random module now. Like for example, random. So like this we can use without using the module name now. Okay, understand? So for example, another example if we see, for let us use from math module, import seal comma floor. Here I am demonstrating 2 functions I am importing. Okay, seal and floor. Okay, now we can use seal function without using the math module. Seal of 624.5. Okay, and we can use floor also. Floor of 15.8. Like this we can make use of the from statement in our program. Understand? Well guys, today we have discussed modules and some built-in modules, and we can make use of the modules in the two ways. One is by importing statement and one is from statement. I hope today's class got informative to you all, and practice this all codes which have demonstrated in this class. And thank you for watching. Like the video and share to your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.